Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm WolfStalker25, and today I got another, it's another one of those kind of newish reviews of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Collection. This is the Shocker figure that came out just recently. This is a pretty awesome figure. I do really like it. I got mine from, I think, like Amazon. They go for like $19 to $22, something like that, if you could pick them up for retail price. I do highly recommend the Shocker. I think it's a really good comic book representation. So hopefully you guys actually get a chance to get him if you do get him. You never know if he goes on sale, he might. For accessories though, I mean, we'll take a look at the sculpt in a minute. But accessories though, you do get these two weird bubbly sonic effects that we've seen a lot before. But they're in a cool like orange effects, so that's pretty nice. You do get two sets of hands, but they're kind of like forearm wrists included too. There's no like articulation on them, they just spin, but they just pop on there. So you get a set of like open like gauntlets, and a set of like closed gauntlets for like the fists as well. I personally like the fist options a little bit better, especially if you're using it for like the shock like effect like I had on. I think it works out really well. Now the reason behind this, they did say in like I think an interview a while back, was they didn't want to break up the gauntlet, which I think is a really smart move. Honestly, Shocker doesn't really need that much like wrist articulation, especially with these big like things on. So that's perfectly fine in my opinion. I think that works, and I think it looks pretty good too. Just seeing that like seamless look for Shocker, that's it's pretty sick. Now the one thing that does kind of suck is they didn't they didn't do the lines for the mattress like pattern on Shocker. So the big mattress man just is all solid yellow. I've seen a lot of customization things that people have done. I've seen brown lines with like the Gundam markers that people are using. I've seen the black lines. I personally don't know which one I would do. I almost want to get a second Shocker just so I don't ruin this one in case I mess up. So I could do like, one that's not lined up and one that is lined up with like maybe like the brown. I've almost thought about getting three and doing a black, brown, and no line of Shocker. So let me know in the comments below. Did you panel line your Shocker if you have it? What color did you go with? Did you go with brown? Did you go with black? Did you go with gray? I seen gray too. I don't think the gray looked as good. But which one did you guys go with if you did do it? And which one would you go with if you were going to paddle line him, if you do end up picking him up? So let me know all that. Other than that, that's all the accessory Shocker has. Now, a little bit of a bummer. I do got like brown like paint kind of on the neck. Another reason why I want to get another one, because this one's kind of like weird with the paint applications on him. So he's got like extra brown paint on the neck there, which kind of sucks. I do like dislike that. Other than that though, sculpt work is phenomenal on this guy. Like he looks great. Just what I would want with like a classic, almost like animated Spider-Man the animated series like Shocker look. It's really good. The only thing that kind of sucks is the belt is like it's pegged in to the actual like waist. There's like little pegs on the back of the V that like peg in there. So, but it looks like it's kind of a little high. Like I wish I could pull it down just a hair, because like it seems like it kind of like use up here in a way, like lumps up, and it shouldn't. I don't really think, but oh well. The eyes are good. I like old Shocker had really weird looking eyes. I'll do a comparison later in the video, but yeah, eyes are pretty good. Other than that, sculpt work is great. Really like it. Articulation wise, arms do go up and out that much. Wish it was a little bit higher, but oh well. You get the upper bicep cut, double jointed elbows, which gets you close. This one's not wanting to go. It's stuck. There we go. The forearm's trying to come off. Double jointed elbows, close up that much. You do, like I said, get the wrist articulation. Well, not articulation, but the wrist swivel right there at the end of the cuff. So you get that. Head does look up that far. Down that much. Could bury the chin. No real tilt at all because of the style of ball joint they use. They use the ball and like disc in the neck, which I like. I actually like that neck joint. I feel like you get more range forward and back, but you lose the tilt, unfortunately. Obviously, you can turn the head side to side fully. Do get a waist cut as well. Do get the ab crunch. Could go back that far, forward that much. Pretty good. Really like that. You do get the legs that go up that much. Back, not really that much. Shocker on the splits. Upper thigh cut. Do get the double jointed knees, which can get you how much back? I think you gotta do. I think this is one of those figures where you gotta do the bottom one first, and then the top one. But with this giant metal boot cuff, it kind of runs into it there, so you gotta be a little careful. I just noticed too that my shocker has a little bit of a dent right here on the boot cuff. I don't know when that happened. I don't know if that was from like moving the leg at some point, but be careful. You don't want to dent your, obviously, the boot cuff there. One other thing is because of the plastic, the knees are like a weird like light yellow color. It looks really obvious on camera. In person, it's not as bad as this, but that looks really off. So that's a little bit of a bummer. You do get the boot cut right there, and then ankles do move back that far and forward that much. So there you go. There's your look at your articulation on Shocker. Pretty good, not bad. I actually really like it. I think this figure is actually pretty good. If you don't have a Shocker in your collection, I really highly recommend picking this one up. I think this is the go-to Shocker now, especially for like a Spider-Man shelf or Spider-Man the Animated Series shelf. Go with this one, 100%. He does stand just a little under 6 1/4 inches tall. So there's your height on him. Let's do some quick size comparisons for another Marvel Legend. Here he is with your Spider-Man Retro Collection Black Suit Spider-Man Black Series. Your Star Wars the Black Series Captain Rex. Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Red. Let's just go with all the Hasbro boys today really quick. You got your G.I. Joe's Shocker. Wow, Snake Eyes with Shocker. Snake Eyes is standing a little bit like wonky, so let's try and get him a little bit closer, since that doesn't really matter. So there we go. So yeah, there you go. Size comparisons with all those. There goes Shocker falling. So let's bring out the next batch of guys to bring in, and we'll set Shocker back up. There we go. Alright, we got our Hasbro still finishing off with the Scientist from Fortnite, from the Victory Royale series, I believe that's the name of it. And we got our other guy here, Master Chief from the Spartan Collection from Jazzwares. Taller, both of them are taller than him by a little bit. The Scientist I will review at some point, whether it's before or after this. I was waiting until probably like the 25th, 26th to get the figure that I'm waiting for, one of the Jazzware guys, because I really wanted it in the review. And here we are with SH Figure Arts Goku and Figma Samus, both shorter than him because of the import figure deal. All the imports are pretty much shorter than any of the domestic stuff. Last up, we got Mezco Stealth Iron Man, Mafex Batman. Batman, I think, might actually be barely taller. It's hard to tell with that massive cape. And then we have the 1000 Toys Master Chief here. So there you go. Let's look at all those. Very, 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 very last. Here is with a Mythic Legion Black Knight. So there you go. There's your size comparisons with everything. Let me quickly grab the Shocker figure and we'll bring him in here. Alright, and I have the other Shocker. Don't mind the dust. He's been sitting on a shelf for a while. But as you can see, this is more of like probably, I would assume, like a modern-ish look. I did get the Thunderbolt version. I think there is a version without that Thunderbolt symbol. So they stand about the same size. But as you can see here, my Shocker has an awful eye. He's got like one squinty eye, one super wide eye. I really hated this figure. That was always a bummer to me. I wish it was just the one squinty eye, but it's like they added more white paint here or something. But as you can see here, like this Shocker's got the, I believe that's the same dark brown for the lining. Now this lining is just on here. This is not molded detail. This is molded detail. I don't know why with all the molded detail figures now on with like Spider-Mans and stuff like that, we're not getting the lines painted in. Really sucks. I wish the lines were there. I know it's something that customizers could do themselves, but I don't want to do it myself because I don't want to screw up. I'd like it just to be there. Because I also, when I get a figure like this, I'm always the one type of person that I get it. It kind of stays as is. I don't really customize. I'm just too afraid to ruin a figure. And I feel like you kind of got to have like one of the original. I'm always the type of person that's like, I gotta keep the original. Can't have a modified version. If I have a modified version, gotta get a second one. So I hate that mindset. I don't know if there's any other collectors out there like that, but I hate being like that. But as you can see here, here's a look at the old gauntlet style. I like both actually. So this one looks cool, but you can see where it looks like there should be another like rib in there and like the gauntlet. But yeah, I really like the look of this new one. I think this new one's awesome. I almost want a second one just to take the head and put on that one, even though they're different colored yellows, but oh well. Either way though, awesome figure. I think it's a great improvement. I think it's a really nice addition to the shelf for like for an overall villains display, or just a Spider-Man villains display, or with the black suit Spider-Man. It's a really cool like setup scene with both the two if you want them in a little like diorama, because the whole classic like Spider-Man screaming he'll hunt Shocker to the end of their thing. If you know that, then that's awesome, because that's a fantastic show in my opinion. I think that was like one of the peak animated Spider-Man shows. But I mean, and I'm even probably young for that show. But hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you do like Marvel Legends, you like Spider-Man, get this figure. I think he's awesome. He might be one of those ones that does drop a little bit cheaper. I feel like he's probably one of the probably more lackluster ones in the wave for some people. I would assume the most lackluster is probably like Hobgoblin or Hammerhead for a lot of people. So it's probably like Hobgoblin, Hammerhead, Shocker, Mark 1, like armor, Spider-Man, then Ben Reilly probably, and then Black Suit. If I had to guess, I think Black Suit's top of everyone's list. But hopefully you guys picked this guy up. Hopefully you did find this review helpful. I think you should go for it. If you want to wait for it for a sale, perfectly fine. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to grab it, I say grab it. I say you even could grab 2 or 3 or 4, depending on what you want to do with. Like me, if you want to go black line, you want to go brown line, no line, you want to keep one in packaging, more power to all you guys out there. But I really like this guy. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the review. Hopefully you found it helpful. I don't know when this review's coming out. I'm recording a ton of reviews right now on the 24th at like 4 a.m. So I've slacked on you guys for a while. So I'm going to try and get the 2 a week back for a little bit. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that. But if you haven't done so already, would always appreciate a like and subscribe. It does help me out a ton. I do greatly appreciate it. If you want to go follow the Twitter, the Twitch, the other gameplay channel, links are all always in the description. Twitter is where I'm probably most active. If you ever want to talk to me, see what I'm up to, see what kind of figures I'm getting, I always post on there sometimes. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on there, but I always feel like I'm annoying when I just post and nobody comments, so it seems weird. I'm sure some of you guys out there are like that. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and I will catch you all in the next one. Don't know what's coming next, but you'll see these things when they come out. But alright, hopefully you guys enjoy it. See you next one.